Hey, hey. Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, we're going to do a check-in on what the other character may want to say, whomever this is. We have a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius who actually have something impulsive to say. I feel it's like somebody's got these words on the tip of their tongue. Um, gosh, Two of Pentacles, the debating whether they just blurt it out. Do I say it the way I think it, the way I feel it? Do I just go ahead and spit it all out? They're really nervous about this. We've got a Nine of Swords, but with the Page of Wands. This is somebody who wants to say something that could be, like a flirtatious message. It could be to tell an individual how they look at them, how they feel about them, how attractive they are. Let's just see. Who is our lead character? We can see they're nervous. We can see they want to, take this leap. They are somebody who views themselves as the other half of a divine connection. So this is not just a little flirtatious message. This is somebody who feels like they need to reach out to their Two of Cups person. Tell me about the Two of Cups person, the object of their heart's desire. Chariot, a Knight of Coins. I feel like a long time ago, this person left the scene. They could be a Cancerian. They also could be busily moving up in life. This could be somebody whose world is very full right now. Three of Wands, but some of their progress has slowed. They moved on from this Two of Cups connection, or they moved away from this lead character some time ago. And at this point, something in their life is kind of grinding down, slowing down, meaning they're not still moving away from this first person, this individual who's in love with them. They're not continuing to move further and further out of reach because something is altered in this person's life, our Chariot person's life. They're actually open to a reconnection here. Why? Why are they becoming kind of open to hearing from this individual? I mean, this is great timing, right? They're lonely. Whomever this is, they're lonely. They're coming out as both a masculine and a feminine on these cards. So I can't say he or she just yet because we don't have that. What we have is one person who is thinking about just impulsively reaching out. They're on the fence about it, probably 2,000 times a day. They go back and forth, back and forth. I'm just going to do it. No, I'm not. I'm just going to reach out. No, I'm not. I'm having sleepless nights. But maybe I should just go ahead and reach out with some small, warm message. I really want to talk to them. And it's so interesting because it might be just the right time. Whomever our Chariot person is who moved away from this connection very definitively, even if this is a feminine, they moved like a masculine, meaning they were in the energy of the sun. They took action. They said, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm gone. But moving away from this, moving forward in their own life has kind of slowed to the point where, I don't know, it's like the further they got away from their Two of Cups person, maybe it's that energetic cord has become so stretched that now it's like starting to swing back the other way, where it's like, I miss, kind of like a rubber band that's pulled and now it's starting to rebound again. I miss them. I miss this person. I don't want to keep moving further and further away from them. Okay. Interesting. Our first character, the one who wants to impulsively reach out. Seven of Cups in the reverse. So they know that they have to do this. It's only a matter of time. They know that they absolutely must. This is something that is not even negotiable. They have to do this. We have a Knight of Cups upright. We have a 10 of Wands upright. So not only is it like a non-negotiable, they know that they have to do this, but we also see them kind of like in this energy of, this is going to be sink or swim. This is going to be, it will determine what they do next. Do they have to surrender this? They know that they could get at least closure, if nothing else, if they are told to, get lost. They know that it'll suck, but at least they'll have an answer then as to whether or not they can proceed with romance. So whether or not they hear from the individual they're about to reach out to is going to determine a lot for them for their next steps. They either will be like, okay, I can move forward with love, and finally I can start to, maybe get some sleep again because I'll know I can start talking to them again. We can start to maybe progress. I can start to express myself more. I can get love back on the table for us. Or it could be a freaking tornado, and I'm just going to have to deal with that if they tell me to, what the hell are you doing reaching out to me? You get lost. Let me see. For our character who actually wants to hear from them, our Chariot person, what is it that you really want right now from them? Justice. Okay, so our Chariot person left because they felt like they were done dirty. They're saying, I never figured out exactly what happened, but I know that they did me wrong. I know that I deserve to have stuff set right. Yes, I miss them, but I had to move on because they did me wrong. Hang on, what do you think they did wrong to you? The Fool. They took a leap in a different direction. Hold on now. Let's stay with this deck. Let's go back over here. Character, you who wants so badly to reach out to your Two of Cups. What happened? What happens? What did she do? Knight of Wands, Two of Wands. They did. They started flirting with somebody else. They may have had two relationships going at the same time. They were not sure, do I want to live in this world or this world? So you messed it up with your Two of Cups, and now you know who you should have picked. Is that what this boils down to? Yeah. The Tower and the World card. So they know what they should have done different. The whole thing has collapsed. It's kind of like when this Chariot person moved on and moved away from this connection, then the bottom dropped out of stuff. Then it was like, oh my God, no, I'm ready. I shouldn't have even been thinking about somebody else. I don't know why I wasn't sure. I don't know why I was still dating somebody else. Let me ask this. Was this a committed relationship where they were like cheating, or was this a relationship where these two, it was like they're getting to know each other, they're starting to date, but they haven't actually laid out the groundwork of, what's going on? Oh no. Sacred Feminine. This is an Empress. Look, whatever the circumstances were, you still wouldn't mess around on an Empress. You just wouldn't. It doesn't matter if this was a organized conversation. It's like, you would know you just don't mess around with somebody that has integrity, and you should be treating them with the same level of respect and integrity. No, this is just flat out wrong. Also, there is a possibility that these two had a child together, but this was supposed to have been a high level commitment, either because it was inferred or just because of the way. Obviously, now we can say that it seems like it was the Empress that was done dirty. The Empress is the Two of Cups, and she is the one who is over here saying, I moved away from them with it in my Chariot, but in truth, I would actually like to hear from them right about now. Maybe some of the hurt, the pain has alleviated, but she says, yeah, now I'd like to hear them set things right. She doesn't have to be a Libra or a Taurus, but we do have strong Libra again coming off the Justice. We also have Aries energy. What happened here is, I'm guessing that the Empress found out that they were running games somewhere else. By the way, they could also be a Capricorn or an Aries. But she found out, and it was really hurtful with that Five of Cups. It's really, really hurtful. Why'd you do it, character? Why did you run game behind the Empress's back? Three of Cups. They liked the attention. They liked the party atmosphere. Maybe this person traveled a lot. Maybe they always got a lot of attention. That was a way of life for them. It was really fun. And then the Tower. Tell me about this Tower. I mean, that could have been an ego boost, an ego stoke. Eight of Pentacles. They act like, well, see, I was trying to like rebuild my ego and stuff, not realizing that I met an Empress who cared about me. So why was I trying to get an ego boost from other people? It was definitely it was all about them. It was never about, it didn't matter how many, people they met. They still needed more and more and more attention. I need more and more and more attention. It didn't matter that they have an amazing Empress, because it was never about the Empress. This person wasn't ready to be with anybody, as a truth, because it was all, they had to be the superhero in their own mind. They needed to, even their flirtation was, I gotta flirt with people to get them to react to me, because then I feel good. I feel like, see, I'm valuable. See, these people are smiling at me. See, these different women are noticing me. They're looking at me. They're, like that. It was just purely the most, look, these women could have been anybody on earth. It wouldn't have mattered, because it wasn't about the individuals. It was about the attention, if that makes sense, which I know sounds really mean to these feminines, but I mean, to put it bluntly, that's it. That's all it was. It's just somebody notice me, look at me, make me feel special. I'm working on my rebuilding my self-worth, but I'm doing it through leveraging, like, basically it's an energy vampire. I need people to notice me so that I feel special, with no thought to the fact that they actually had this amazing Empress who was somebody that was actually giving them genuine attention. No amount of genuine attention would satisfy when somebody is this like incomplete in themselves. It's going to be this insatiable need, because their ego is so freaking huge. And once their ego dropped, probably once the Empress left them for good, that's when they finally really started to look at, where's the problem? What is it that I actually need to work on? I thought I was working on rebuilding myself, but I didn't really realize at what cost. This person was, in a word, extremely detached from who they really were. That's why they got the Tower twice. This person couldn't even, like, I'm going to say that there was probably not much more than superficial, and then like a train wreck underneath. Like, think of if you made like a cake out of styrofoam and bits of garbage and totally unedible things, but then you frosted it in a really pretty cake. You can't serve that to anybody. It's just frosted, but underneath there's not cake under it. It's, a strata of unedible and toxic non-food items. You can't serve that cake to anybody. And that's what he was. He was, at that point in time. Okay. It doesn't excuse it, not at all. But the Empress does want him to set something right. So it's an interesting energy here. We have the Teacher. This is the Hierophant. And in this deck, we see Thoth, the god of all wisdom and knowledge from the Egyptian pantheon of gods. He gave humans, arithmetic and written word, and so here they call it the Teacher. And I'm gonna say that especially with all of the written word here, and remember we started out with this person is impulsively wanting to reach out, impulsively wanting to just do this. They've been sweating bullets over this for a long time. They're losing sleep over this. Everything here says, if they have learned anything about themselves and their past behavior, then they have probably written a lot of letters trying to find a way to talk to her. And all of the letter writing in the world is helping them organize their own thoughts and maybe reflect on what they've done, why they did it. But now it's time for real words. And I think with the Hierophant, it's just their higher self is kicking in, just as hers is as well. It's almost like she knows it's time to give this person a chance to, I don't think in the past she would have listened to a word they said. Now I think she's open to hearing from them, simply so that something could be spoken and laid to rest. I don't know if this is for the purpose of letting them back into her life, but there is a piece of her that actually does miss whatever good components there were between herself and this individual that was, to say that they were untrustworthy isn't even the right way to describe them. She met somebody when they were, like I say, just the frosting on an otherwise dirt cake. She really didn't get to see or receive anything of value out of this person, other than she may have been drawn to them for all the right reasons. Maybe there is something really, really good inside of them, but man, talk about a train wreck at the time that she met them. And I'm not going to say that she got anything maybe out of this experience. So why is she open to reconnecting with them now? Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is maybe not even she knows why. Maybe not even she understands why. But remember, the Hierophant is kind of like the higher selves are opening up, the higher realms are opening up. She does want them to set things right, simply because then she can stop also thinking about this and she can keep moving forward in her life. So, final message here, what are they actually going to say, do? You know, what is this, the final action? The Queen of Wands. So they are going to approach her, and they are going to approach her with the utmost respect. There was never a time when they didn't think she was drop dead gorgeous. There was never a time, it wasn't that they were like, oh yeah, she's mildly intriguing, but there's other hotter people. That's not what they were after. They weren't after people that were hotter. In fact, I don't know that they've ever met anybody that was more attractive than her. They do want to convey that. They do want to approach her and get that across. We have a Seven of Wands and we have the Nine of Coins. They also really want to approach her with how much they respect her for actually giving them the boot out of their life. They also want to approach her with like telling her how much they respect her. This is, I can understand why they want to approach with these, like, I have to tell you how I feel about you. I have to tell you who you are in my eyes. I have to tell you all this. And then I have to tell you why didn't I treat you like that? You know, I think that's their motive here. Yeah, Messenger of Coins. They are starting with some kind of, you know, message of how much they think of her, how highly they think of her, and then maybe requesting, may I speak to you further about everything else? Are you really going to spill? Are you really going to be able to lay out what you did, why you did it? We got the Mastery of Coins, which is actually a King of Pentacles. I feel like they, as jittery as they may be on this, I do think that they want to lay it all out. All I can say is it's time for them to clear their conscience. This has been keeping them up at night. This has been something that they can't even handle the way they've been in the past any longer. They can't handle the burden of knowing how important she is, the burden of knowing how badly they mess this up. They've got to talk. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thanks for being an awesome person.